Hey y'all, peace, blessings, love, light to everybody watching this. I'm starting to think that um, I think the important thing for us to do, I'm gonna get right to it. I think that we're all being fooled into thinking that we need to be warring against each other. And who are the each other? I'm talking about this whole black and white issue that we're having right now. I truly believe that some type of power is trying to feed off of our emotions, feed off of this struggle between black and white. And I don't mean to sound spooky, but I know there are a lot of us out here who understand the game that's at play. And even though we know about it, we still have a tendency to invest our emotions into the different things that go on, like the Charlottesville situation. Not that it's not real, not that people aren't really getting hurt, but that's just the thing. I believe that the power that's at play here doesn't mind, or actually, they become strengthened by hurt and death and blood and anger and all of these negative emotions. And they don't really have the regard for life that the average human being has. And I want to say this, and I want to be clear about one thing. Um, my life and what I'm trying to accomplish in life is balance. Through all of my studies, in spirituality and even looking around in nature, everything is about balance. And when things are out of balance, you run into trouble. And I truly believe that to be on one extreme or the other when it comes to black, white, pro-black, pro-white, white supremacy. I don't know if there is such thing as black supremacy, maybe not nowadays, but years ago for sure. But I wouldn't even say though that then it was the opposite of what we consider to be white supremacy now. Hold on. Wait a minute. So what I'm saying is, I think that to choose a side is to fall right into the trap that is set for all of us. Um, I lately I have been really, really rethinking a lot of the philosophies and the mindsets that I have adopted. And a lot of it was emotion driven. As a black woman, I definitely know the importance of standing, firm on my blackness, and just riding with my people. Um, but at the same time, what I'm finding is that it's important not to develop hate for any other type of people, specifically white folks, because I have such love and passion for my people. We all know the history of America. We all know, the hand that Europeans have played in the oppression of black folks. And I'm not even saying that that's all over, but one thing I'm realizing is that there seem to be two different sets of Europeans. Okay? Hear me out when I say this. There are those who we interact with on a day-to-day basis who are decent folks, not perfect by any means, but neither are we as Black people. Um, they will lend a helping hand just as fast as, some Black people will. But then there are some Black folks who will turn their nose up at you, when they see you need help. You know what I mean? And walk right away, turn their back on you. And if we're honest enough with ourselves, we'll be able to admit this. But and I said to myself, because the way that my life is right now, I happen to be interacting with a lot of white folks now, more so than I have in quite a few years. So, and I find myself laughing with them. I find myself having pretty cool conversation, having some sort of okay feeling about them. Like, not, believe me, this is not about trying to equate them with my brothers and sisters. Nobody could ever, stand in the place of my melanated brothers and sisters. However, and the thing is, that's because that's where I'm from. That's my DNA. That's what I am. You understand? So there's obviously going to be a stronger connection between me and my brothers and sisters. But when it comes to other races, I find that it's easy to respect people. It's easy to be kind to people when they are kind to you. And it's just as simple as that. And I think that most people, most white folks that we would run into, that we have a conversation with, that we work with, that, that we meet in a bar or wherever we are, I really feel like if you say hi, they say hi. They may say hello first. So, if you say how you doing, they'll say I'm pretty good. How are you? There's no apparent um there's no apparent disdain that either of you could see. You know what I mean? Like, nothing seems wrong. If you were blind, you probably would feel very safe, just from the conversation alone. Um, and I mean, just the greeting alone, and you could have a conversation and not ever feel like this is somebody who would want to see me hanged. You know what I mean? Um, but there are that set out there, that group of Europeans out there that are show enough white supremacists, KKK, and the like. But I think that they are smaller in number than we actually think. Okay? And I just feel like even they are lost. They have the wrong idea about life. They've been fed, really bad information about Black folks, things that their parents believed their parents sure enough passed down to them. And so I feel like even them, if they are separated from their group and they are forced to sit with a Black person and have a conversation, they immediately they would feel they would sense the humanity in that Black person. You understand? As that Black person would sense the humanity in them. So something's going on here where our emotions are being toyed with. And I feel like for us to keep falling into this white black game is we're being moved around life like we're on a chessboard, and each of us are expendable. And somebody's being fed off of our energy, off of our hate. even off of our, passion for our own people, you know. That's how I feel. And I think we got to be careful, because if you don't know yet that there are things going on in the unseen world that could pretty much are stronger and more powerful than whatever we could touch and see and sense with our five senses. Um, you know, I I really feel bad for anyone who just really just takes everything at face value. We got to look deeper at this thing. I mean, if you look into history and how things were done, you look at the news and see how things are worded. It's almost like somebody's trying to piss us off. Somebody's trying to piss us off. And then, Trump in office, these hurricanes and these scares, like we never get a chance to just chill and relax and go inward and just meditate and be at peace. We're always on defense mode. We're always riled up. You can't tell me somebody or something is not feeding off of this. We are flesh and we are spirit. And I tend to think the spiritual side of us is more powerful and more easily manipulated when we do not have control of it. And there are so many things that are designed to keep us from having complete control of our spirit selves. We keep letting our flesh and our what we might call in Kemetic science, we keep letting our lower part of ourselves, or our fleshly part, our manly part, our animalistic self, get the best of us.